What's up, YouTube? Jeff Bryant's here, this time with a little bit of a housekeeping video. I thought about the direction of this channel a lot over the last few months, and I kept being like, I gotta get some mountain bike content out. I gotta bang this mountain bike content out. And I've got more mountain bike stuff that I've produced over the course of the year, but the truth is mountain biking is about 1/4 of what I do in the mountains. I like a variety of different sports, and frankly, I've dedicated my life in a roundabout way to all of these sports. So I'm going to open this channel up to everything I do. So that means dirt biking, mountain biking, skiing, and snowmobiling. I realize the number of people that do all 4 of those sports is pretty low, but part of my aim of this channel is to show that maybe there's a common thread between all of these sports, and maybe you're interested, for instance, you are a mountain biker and would consider getting into dirt biking later in life like I did. I want to be able to put out some tips, some tutorials, some educational type videos as to what it was like coming from mountain biking into dirt biking, or what it was like coming from skiing into snowmobiling. And I didn't just kind of do it. I've fully committed to these sports, and I've built my life around them. Those that don't know, I'm a financial analyst by day, a qualitative analyst, which is just a fancy way of saying I analyze the news. And I have been lucky enough to do this job remotely and live in the Tetons. So I'm in a place that really is one of the best in the world when it comes to being able to do these sports at a really high level and being able to orient my life where I'm able to get outside over 300 days a year. And I'm over 200 pounds, so I'm really hard on gear. And I think the combination of that mixed with kind of my analytical mind has made me a really good gear reviewer. As far as my background in every sport, I started skiing when I was a little guy. I started racing mountain bikes when I was about 14, I'm 35 now. Jumped onto a snowmobile about 6 years ago. The only affiliation I have in any of these sports is with Silver Turbos, so I ended up working for a turbo company. More on that in just one second. And I got on a dirt bike 3 years ago, if that, 2.5, 3 years ago. And I do race. I'm competitive on the two-wheel side of things. I still race as a pro on the enduro side, and I race as a B in the hare scramble, maybe an A, mid-pack A, and then I'm a legitimate A, I'd say, on the hard enduro side of things. I don't even touch the track because I'm just too old, and I would totally break myself. Speaking of product reviews, like I just said with the Silver thing, I'm going to be really upfront with how I review any product I get, meaning did I pay for it? Did I get it for free? Is it on loan? I have worked for a number of magazines, and I've also been a product tester for a number of the companies that manufacture the gear. And one thing that became really clear to me as I've grown in all these sports is it's really not fair in my mind if you are a media outlet to have a gear reviewer review a piece of gear all the while that company is paying, let's say, the tab for a lot of things that go on with that site. So I see there being kind of a conflict of interest there. I know a lot of companies or a lot of media companies have tried to mitigate that to some extent. I don't even want to try to mitigate it. I want to straight up be like, I don't know, I bought this, or, again, if it was given to me on loan, that's one thing. One reason I really like YouTube is it lets ads run that I don't have any sort of control over, really. So the goal here is to keep it as clean as possible. Like I said, I do have one affiliation that's not going away, and that's with Silver Turbos. So you're probably not going to see me do a snowmobile turbo review or a dirt bike performance product review that Silver made, because that's not fair. That's where the conflict of interest is with me being a consultant for that brand. Outside of that, however, I have no affiliations, no sponsorships, no nothing. I like paying for stuff because it's what everybody else has to do, and it lets me be really, really honest and not kind of try to pull the wool over anybody's eyes. So that's a lot of the aim of the channel. That's a lot of something I want to do. It's not the only thing I'm going to do here. Like I said, I hope I can do some educational stuff. I hope I can, sort of pay forward the experience that I've gained in the mountains over really a lifetime. And I really hope that I can just put out some generic, I don't want to use the word generic, but just some basic edits from time to time. Like, yeah, we went out, we did this, it was fun, and then we got home. Like, yeah, I'm going to put out some of that as well. There's really just going to be no rules except for having fun and looking at, these sports through the lens of my eyeballs, which I know is unique, and it may not be for everybody, but that's the beauty of YouTube. If you guys don't like what I'm doing, like you might not right now, you can just hit that next button. Okay, I hope everybody had a great holiday season, and I'm looking forward to 2021. Cheers, everybody.